New kids on the block.
Let's just get through this.
What? This can only end well.
No, I can tolerate at least like one of them.
Damn, setting the bar high on that, are we?
I can tolerate Yuri.
Alright.
I don't like Athena.
Alright. What about, what is it, Isla?
She's too new for me to actually want to care about her.
Too new to have an opinion on. Got it.
Yeah, like, you're too new for me to actually want to have an opinion. To literally have an opinion on you, so you're in this weird middle ground. I can let you pass, but the moment you piss me off, you can go fuck yourself, kid.
Now tell me how you really feel, though.
I fucking hate this team setup. I'm at least gonna stick with Yuri, because, God. I can at least do stupid shit. Because she is a Shoto, I want to say? The fuck that flying peach move? I don't know. I think she has a projectile move. No, she has a projectile, and tweak. Because you need to. Because what does make a Shoto is Shoryuken, Hadouken, and a Tatsumaki-like move. Those three moves specifically. That's actually what makes the a Shoto, regardless of what Dio was saying the other day.
Is that some self-talk deal?
Just a wee bit. It's fun to see, laddie. Bitch.
Oh, shit.
Okay, yeah, her projectile is shit. Alright, that's why I gotta... Like, okay, how far does this projectile go on the Fierce? Like, not far. Not far at all. Dan Hibiki levels of range.
Oh, that's good, right? That's good.
I mean, I gotta CQC this person. Any other things on the docket accordingly? In Marvel news, DC news, other superhero nonsense.
Got to most of the DC stuff, right? Because Comic-Con just came through, so that rolled out a bunch of information.
It is true.
Alright, so there's Thor: Love and Thunder, but I'm gonna hold off on that one more week, so we can sit there and talk about that properly.
Yeah.
I'd still say it's like it's a good fucking heroic movie. I would still put it behind Ragnarok, but it's obviously leagues ahead, fucking like Thor 1, Thor 2.
Gotcha.
But that's again because Thor Ragnarok was so damn good, though. That's kind of where you kind of run into a crux on that. It's like, oh, it just was really good.
That one guy walks in with Crocs on. Like, I don't know what's up with. I don't know what is up with Crocs. Now that I think about it.
I've seen a lot more of them here lately, and it's kind of like bewildering me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Like, are they really that comfortable to just straight up wear?
I think it's just the fucking lazy factor with Crocs, where it's like you just slip them and slip out, and they're literally any kind of shoe. Of course, if you treat them like any kind of shoe, you're more or less the plebes. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because to me, Crocs look like the kind of shoes I would wear when I'm cleaning my house.
And that's kind of what they're meant to be. It's like, you're not really supposed to go out in them. But people do it all the time.
Das has some Crocs. Das gonna have some Crocs and they're gonna be orange.
You not have Crocs.
Okay, hey Aki, Das needs Crocs, orange, in pumpkin orange if you can find them.
The only time I would even consider Crocs would probably be if I could find a set of Crocs that were themed after the alligator Loki.
You probably can.
Oh, I've seen them sold. I would never buy them, and I would never want to own them. But that's the closest I could think of to actually, having a desire to have Crocs around me.
I mean, if I go to like a pool or beach, I'd probably wear Crocs. Because at least they're waterproof.
Yeah, and I can see it on that angle, sure. But just in general, I was like, no, Crocs are bad shoes. You should not wear them. Kind of like the old like sandals with socks kind of idea. So you should do it.
Okay, I got a confession to make.
Are we gonna get some sandals and socks over here?
No, I do wear sandals with socks just because those are literally just my house shoes or whatever.
Well, right, but do you consider that going out though?
To check the mail.
I mean, like out.
Oh, like out, like I'm going out and about around
going somewhere, yes.
Not really. I literally.
That's my point.
Yeah, because I'll actually put real shoes on for that, because that literally means I'm just going to be stepping in whatever.
Right, because I have house shoes too, and I walk around in those and like the socks. There's like, you know, that's because like, yeah, it's like I'm comfortable.
Foot dive!
But I would never like go to the gas station in my fucking house shoes or something like that.
No. I mean, the gas station is literally not that far from where I'm at.
You've seen where I live.
You live in the middle of nowhere with his wife Muriel Bags. Encourage the cowardly dog.
But there are strange things that happen in nowhere.
Strange things that happen in nowhere. Encourage has to save them all. Basically.
Just saying, man.
Seriously, get a little dog and let it be afraid of everything. You are basically going to become used to his bags.
I still stand by it. It's like, I wish fucking Betty White would have fucking played Muriel.
I could see her playing Muriel. Hell, I can see I can see her doing a live action and being Muriel still.
That's exactly what I was talking about. It was like, have a live action Muriel with fucking Betty White, and fucking Clint Eastwood could be Eustace.
Oh my god, why does that work entirely? Oh my god, now I'm sad. Now I'm sad. Betty's gone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now it works. Now I'm sad. Now I'm sad. I'm real sad now because that works. Why does that work so well?
That works on a natural level, which is exactly the point.
Clint Eastwood and Betty White like literally uses him. I'm like, oh my god. And I know Courage is gonna have to be is gonna be CG because
there's no way you can do it,
yeah. A CG realistic dog.
I mean, it would probably be like a toned down version of Scooby. That's kind of where I kind of imagine it.
Yeah, because they tried Scooby movies. Okay, I'm not gonna knock the Scooby movies because they were good. They were good for their time.
The best thing that came out of the Scooby movies was fucking what's his nuts playing Shaggy.
He looked like Shaggy.
He sounded like Shaggy.
He did it right. And the chick that played Velma, like those two actually looked and portrayed their characters fairly well.
Velma's just not fair because Velma's fucking like, you know, she's that nerd bait core.
Yes, she is, and I'm okay with that.
I am down with this.
I'm okay with this, because we all know Velma's the real hot one there, not Daphne.
What was it? Because they're doing an HBO fucking run, I think, of Velma.
Really now?
Stand by. I want to get this right, actually. Yeah, Velma, HBO Max.
I mean, oh right, they are, because they're doing it. It's gonna be more or less adult themed, legit, actual kind of thing. With, I'm like, oh, okay, sure, they're going that way around about it. Like, cool.
So HBO Max is doing a Velma adult animated series.
Well, adult-themed animated series circling around.
That is how it is described.
But the description is wrong.
This more goes on with the casting of Velma, which I really don't care about. It's like, you know, as long as you get the personality right, it's like, you know, Velma can actually kind of ambiguously carry a lot of characters.
The smart, snarky girl.
Alright, the show is supposed to be an original and humorous film that unmasks the complex and colorful past of one of America's most beloved mystery solvers.
Shaggy? Zoinks, man!
Reportedly, the show will be gorier from the original Scooby-Doo run, and will likely, per the adult descriptor here, diverge in other ways as well. That is them quoting it, not me quoting it.
Okay.
You might be the strictest martial artist in the world. Is this
Really? Okay, so they go on to say in 2020 it was real that both the James Gunn Scooby-Doo movies, Velma was explicitly gay. I don't really see where it has much context for it, but
Like,
okay.
why should that be a problem or a factor? What's going on?
Like, I'm okay with like characters being gay, but it's like how do I put this right? I don't like them repainting characters to like appease crowds.
To pander?
Yeah, I guess pandering is a good word for it too. Where it's like, oh, well, here's this character that really we had never talked about their sex life in any way, shape, or form, and suddenly it's like, oh, that's gay. It's like, I mean, I understand representation, but now you're just like, you're flag waving for no reason. Like, Velma was never about sexuality. It's kind of like telling me what SpongeBob's sexuality was.
Well, the original premise of SpongeBob makes me laugh, though.
Yeah.
Because the original premise of SpongeBob was Patrick and SpongeBob were supposed to be gay, and Squidward was the Republican neighbor stuck between the two of them.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, that was the original premise for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Now that you say that.
Yeah! Like, it was like, now you see it. Now you can. And now they got the Republican neighbor who's stuck in the middle of it, between the two of them, and he's just unhappy the entire time. Like, huh.
But then again, the original creator of SpongeBob has actually gone on record to say that SpongeBob doesn't have a sexuality because he reproduces in a
Asexual manner. Sponge,
yeah,
because
sponge does.
Yeah, a sponge in DC actually reproduces asexually.
Yeah, so like he's got the original creator, mind you, said that he has no sexuality, but then flash forward fucking years and years and years, and fucking Nickelodeon went out of the way. It's like, oh yeah, SpongeBob's gay, by the way. It's like, no, that's not how that works, actually.
We're just trying to pander out for more viewers. I can see that.
Yeah, really. That's kind of like the Overwatch debacle, fucking whenever they found out, or when the...
Tracer.
Well, okay. And again, I strongly think representation should be a thing.
Oh no, she has always have been, well, lesbian in that sort of sense. But it's just people want to focus on the completely and utterly wrong things about it, about representation.
Okay, so I will tell you my experience from playing Overwatch. And I only played Overwatch for a little bit because I got kind of bored of it real fucking quick.
Yeah, same. I've played more or less the beta and other stuff with Overwatch and whatever, but I don't really plan to play it ever again because they kind of shot themselves in the foot, as they were going along because of stupid shit.
So, like, in the context of the game, when you're actually playing the game, like, there's no innuendo, there's no talk about sexuality, this, that, and the other. It's like, you're literally pushing the objective. That's the whole point of the fucking round. And, like, there's no storylines that, or cutscenes or stuff like that you can really infer a lot. At least not that are in-game when I played it, basically. Now, mind you, I played it roughly when it came out first, so everything was still kind of hot and fresh. And, like, there was no story in the game. I had nothing to fucking draw off of any characters. It was literally like, do you like this playstyle or not?
Basically. And these two kids from Hot Topic about to go at it.
Yeah, and then, like, then there's all the pairings and stuff like that, and the shipping, which, okay, I'm cool with that shipping.
I mean, any fandom's gonna have their ships of whatever representation. Like, yeah, sure, I don't really care, but it's kind of rare for me to be okay with ships, because I don't really look at characters in a game for that, for anything.
Yeah. Well, and, like, I can see it in the context of some stuff, whereas, like, so, like, one of the ones that comes to my mind is Felicia and Talbane, because of the interactions they have, and that's mostly from the OVA, and I can see that.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's two sides of the same coin, just coming at from different angles.
Yeah, because Felicia's always upbeat, like, okay, she wants to see the good in humanity. Talbane, I only see the bad in humanity.
Right, and so I could kind of see that as a pairing, kind of the same as, like, Beast Boy and Raven. You know, it's like, one is, like, happy-go-lucky most of the time, and Raven is like, oh yeah, it's like, fucking, I'm dissident and fucking...
She has to, well, it's her own fault, because if she gets any sort of outside of emotional thing, her powers will go out of whack. Period. Right. Like, that is her character, she has no control over that.
Right, but, you know, the opposite subtract mentality, which, you know, makes sense to me, that happens in the real world.
Mm-hmm. It is also equally rare to have someone who's essentially your better half. And then suddenly then there are two of them.
Well, what do you say? Are you and me in a relationship now? Is that what it is?
No. I'm just saying, suddenly there are two of them. They both have similar personalities. Like, I thought opposites attract. I didn't expect this to happen.
Just reinforcing the two of us.
I'm like, good lord. Like, there's two of them. I'm expecting her to show up with pumpkins.
Well, apparently she's okay with it.
Hey, keep your yaoi/fiction to yourself, thank you.
No, man, you gotta spread yaoi to the fandom here.
Hey, if anything, I am a top.
Well, I'm monopoly, so.
Well, you're tentacles, so...
Exactly, Omni.
Mm-hmm. DOS walks into a room of horny people. DOS walks out of the room. Where'd the horny people go? Over there, and there, and there.
We're being thanked for our open relationship now.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, getting back to it. So like, there's like zero context of any of the personalities that come from Overwatch inside the game. So when, and I really don't mean this in any kind of disparaging way, but it's like when people sit there, it's like, oh, well, it's like, it only makes sense that Tracer's gay or this, that, and the other. It's like, it really just comes across like flag wave. It's like,
it's more the context of the comics and novels that they actually put out in between, like, with that they put out with the game. If you actually look through that, like, because in Tracer's story, it actually shows like, oh, okay, here's what she's been doing since Overwatch kind of fell through in the past. She met somebody and basically started living her own life. Like, oh, okay, yeah, like, it's literally just outside of the context, but people kind of blow that way out of proportion, and half the time, you gotta remember, it's not the fandom, it's the fans.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of still goes back to my point, though. I mean, it's like, if they wanted us to sit there and, like, think of this character and, or how this character acts and animals and stuff like that, maybe you should put it in the fucking game.
I mean, yeah, they do that with character interactions.
There aren't that many characters. I've played the original version of the game, mind you.
Oh, the beta, before every.
Yeah, not the beta. Like
the base game, the base game. Yeah, before they updated everything and like,
none of that was in the game. So like, I'm hearing all this like chatter about this, that, and the other. It's like, where are you guys pulling this from? But as a casual gamer getting into this, is like, oh, you just sit there like bring a whole bunch to the table. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't put that in the game. It would actually make you feel like I paid good money for something that was worth something. You know what I mean? Because as it stood, like, as a base game, fucking Overwatch was boring to me. Like,
yeah.
You played a couple rounds, and then it's like, oh, well, then we do it again. It's like, what do you mean we do it again?
Yeah, because, Yeah, depending on the character interactions, it'll start to spring up because it's not like you're gonna get the character interactions every time, but there is some of the base game talking about her relationship with her girlfriend. Yeah, I think it's towards Mercy and Winston.
Yeah, and see, like stuff like that. It's like, you know, fine, totally comfortable. It's like new character, new fucking parameters, new thoughts, new ideas. I'm totally down with it. But it's like, you know, I guess I wasn't exposed to it a lot. I guess the best way I could phrase that. Because like I don't remember any of those interactions. And the only interactions I heard about is from people chattering about it.
That's probably it. Because like with game interactions, it either happens before the match, where you're in the little waiting area, or somewhere in between matches as it's going along. But depending on whatever the objective is,
team setup is,
whatever your team setup is, you're either going to get interactions or you're just going to get nothing at all.
Yeah, and I got a lot of nothing at all. And it's like I had no idea what they were talking about half the time. It was like, you know, because it felt like I had to do homework just to find out who the character I was playing was.
Yeah.
So again, I still say they should at least just put that shit in the game and be done with it.
I mean, they did. It's more or less you gotta have the right combination for it and all that crap. But yeah.
Well, that's not what I'm really referring to. Like the comics and shit that you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Like if you like beat like a story thing or played the game for so long with certain characters, like you just unlock like a little comp or something like that. That's all I need, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like, oh, okay, I played through this person's story. Here's some added stuff because their story was unlocked. Kind of like the end credits of like this thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. Hell, even the ones in here aren't a lot.
Yeah, it's basically short, simple, to the point. Here you go. This is what happened afterwards. The end. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, then I have reason to keep coming back and playing the game. I have more understanding of the characters. It's like, I can understand the world better. But I didn't get that.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that Overwatch can't keep their story straight when there's the big story versus individual characters. God. Yeah, individual character story they have no problem with, but actual big story of what's happening and all that stuff, the Omnic Crisis and all that blah blah, yeah, they can't keep that shit together.
I don't know. Like I said, I gave it up pretty quickly on Overwatch just because there's just nothing really there to keep me going.
Yeah, it's literally either get to the defend the objective, get to the whatever the thing is. Yeah, defend the objective either, and get to the payload. That's literally the two things that people really tend to do. Hell, they don't even have elimination match. Team Fortress have elimination match. Oh shit. Yeah, TF2 has elimination match where you basically have to fight off the other team, and everyone has a certain amount of lives. Like, cause in all honesty, Overwatch is just basically a glorified TF2.
Well, I mean, there's that. It's like I can see I can see where it was popular in the same circles as like Call of Duty and stuff like that. People were obsessed over doing like arena, team-based combat kind of thing. I can see all of that.
Defend the objective, get to the payload. Defend the objective, get to the payload, team elimination, all that stuff. Yeah.
It's all the same reason why I didn't really get into it, because that's not really my realm of gaming, because it's too hollow, I guess is the best phrase I can come up with it.
Even for this war, it's hollow.
Because, you know, it's like, there's no context. You're literally just like, oh, well, it's like, we're just here to do a thing, and that's it. And it's like, you know, the story and everything else is like, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just like, you're here to shoot people and call it a day.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's not enough to keep me interested. It's like, I need more sustenance, basically. I know, this is coming from a person who plays H games all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's not that interesting to him. Dawes is completely flaccid the entire time.
I am? That's the thing. It's like, I'm sitting there, like, this is boring and mundane. At least with an H game, they sit there and pop out a titty on occasion.
But they're skimpy outfits. Not skimpy enough. The fact that they literally had to give Tracer a butt reduction just because of a one wind pose she had.
Well, I mean, it's not that outrageous. I mean, Street Fighter V Cammy had to have her entire intro recut.
And Mika's super animation had to get friggin' reworked. Because her basically slapping her ass. Like, oh no, we can't do that. Why?
Yeah, that was another one too. It's like, why? It's like... I mean, she's obviously okay with it. I can at least see the Cammy argument, because, you know, it's like that kind of comes off the move because you're just kind of staring at her.
And?
But,
what's wrong with that?
No. That's
bitch.
not what her mind is. Compared to somebody like Armika, who's slapping her ass to, like, taunt people.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but technically, this is literally because of Cammy's, wind pose or whatever? Outro?
I think it was an outro.
Yeah, it's like, it's part of... Yeah, either redo an out or give her a different outro that you guys were not okay with, or fuck off entirely.
Well, yeah, because, like... I don't think it was an outro. I think it was an intro, actually, where she jumps into the screen and, like, the camera angle, like, focuses on more or less her ass fucking while she gets ready to fight.
Oh, wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so they moved the entire, like, camera to the left so that it was more like you were focused on her leg and her upper body.
I mean, look at Yuri's outro. Ass. But SNK don't care. SNK don't care. SNK said come get some. Like, oh, these characters are lewd, and suddenly put Mai in a sling bikini. What are you guys talking about? Come on. Alright, schoolgirls.
Oh, yeah.
For the thumbnail, I don't care if you use a friggin' tentacle monster. I really don't. I really don't care for this one.
I already have my thumbnails.
Oh no, Issa's so shy because she's never really been out with people and had friends. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Go back to Hot Topic.